a human figure with raised hands, symbolizing youth empowerment, optimism, and enthusiasm. The intertwined letters reflect unity and collaboration for inclusion, emphasizing accessible financial services for young people. Orange signifies energy, while blue, a color often associated with technology, also represents growth. Presenting the YFI logo. The logo features the letters Y, F, and I, swirling to create a human figure with raised hands, symbolizing youth empowerment, optimism, and enthusiasm. The intertwined letters reflect unity and collaboration for inclusion, emphasizing accessible financial services for young people. Orange signifies energy, while blue, a color often associated with technology, also represents growth. Presenting the YFI logo. The logo features the letters Y, F, and I, swirling to create a human figure with raised hands, symbolizing youth empowerment, optimism, and enthusiasm. The intertwined letters reflect unity and collaboration for inclusion, emphasizing accessible financial services for young people. Orange signifies energy, while blue, a color often associated with technology, also represents growth. Presenting the YFI logo.
Good morning. Good morning, students. Um, so may we remind you to please join at 10 a.m. for the start of the session. But before that, some reminders muna. Again, I'm Margo of the YFI Secretariat. So first reminder for this morning is to use the Zoom chat box after or during the presentations, actually anytime. And to participate in the Q&A session, you may type your questions in the chat box. Then again, please join the Viber channel if you haven't yet. Doon tayo nagbibigay ng mga special announcements and kung gusto niyo magtanong, pwede rin doon. Then another one is please accomplish the post-survey evaluation form. We will also be sending it through the chat link. Then the session materials will be available on the FISC website after the session, mga siguro tomorrow, ilang days after the session. Then please also, for those who haven't attended yung mismo session today, you will be asked to accomplish a short quiz after going through the materials. Then again, kung pwede kayo mag-open cam, please do so para masamahan niyo kami mga speakers today, and para makilala namin kayo, makita na may camaraderie tayo 'pag nag-open kayo ng camera. Last reminder, please change your name to the format prescribed. We will also send through the chat box. Again, please ensure that you are registered to participate in today's session, and see you again at 10 a.m.
The logo features the letters Y, F, and I, swirling to create a human figure with raised hands, symbolizing youth empowerment, optimism, and enthusiasm. The intertwined letters reflect unity and collaboration for inclusion, emphasizing accessible financial services for young people. Orange signifies energy, while blue, a color often associated with technology, also represents growth. Presenting the YFI logo. The logo features the letters Y, F, and I, swirling to create a human figure with raised hands, symbolizing youth empowerment, optimism, and enthusiasm. The intertwined letters reflect unity and collaboration for inclusion, emphasizing accessible financial services for young people. Orange signifies energy, while blue, a color often associated with technology, also represents growth. Presenting the YFI logo. The logo features the letters Y, F, and I, swirling to create a human figure with raised hands, symbolizing youth empowerment, optimism, and enthusiasm. The intertwined letters reflect unity and collaboration for inclusion, emphasizing accessible financial services for young people. Orange signifies energy, while blue, a color often associated with technology, also represents growth. Presenting the YFI logo.
Hello, good morning again. participants of the YFI Hackathon. So again, this is a special session. Parang addition to sa usual natin na capacity building sessions. Nung January 28, nagkaroon tayo ng first capacity building session on the financial inclusion and yung mga related niya na mga kakabit niya na work streams or initiatives like financial education, consumer protection, yung digitalization, digital payments. So yung second naman, last week, yung sa National Youth Commission naman and Presidential Communications Office, wherein we learned all about yung NYC, yung work nila, ano yung mga stakeholders na sakop nila, ng ahensya nila. Then yung second, yung Presidential Communications Office, we discussed naman doon yung importance ng action plan and communication plan. So, paano nyo may integrate to sa mga respective nyo naman na mga program or policy proposals. So again, this morning, yung participants natin ay purely yung mga sasali sa Youth Financial Inclusion Initiative Hackathon. So yung mga student ambassadors, makakasama natin ulit sila sa Thursday. Today, we will focus on yung design thinking module at saka session, and yung second is walkthrough of the innovation portal wherein you will be submitting your proposal. So at the end of the session, we hope that through the design thinking session, you will be able to put together na kung ano yung mga nasa isip nyo, yung mga key takeaways nyo ng mga past capacity building sessions. Then, kung ano man yon yung nasa isip nyo na or napag-usapan nyo with your teams, you can, parang integrate nyo na, then you can upload na sa innovation platform. So, without further ado, no, we can go now to our first session this morning. Exciting to kasi all about design thinking. So, parang ano siya, no, parang kakaibang topic din, but sobrang magiging helpful sa pag-put together nyo nung mga program and policy proposals nyo for the hackathon. So, may I introduce this morning speaker, yung first speaker natin. Mr. Archelis or Archie Villena is the Director of the IT Infrastructure and Operations Department of the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. With over 20 years of dedicated service to the BSP, Mr. Archie Villena has consistently driven innovation and excellence across the organization. As the current head of the IT Infrastructure and Operations Department within the Technology and Digital Innovation Office, he leads transformative initiatives that ensure operational efficiency and technological advancement. Previously, Archie served as the head of the IT Strategy and Governance Department, where he established the groundbreaking Digital Lab, a hub for exploring cutting-edge technologies and fostering creative solutions. His commitment to innovation was exemplified in 2019 when he led his team to victory in the BSP's inaugural hackathon by developing a mobile application that addressed key employee needs. Under his leadership, the 2024 BSP Hackathon explored the potential of generative AI, resulting in impactful proposals that will redefine the organization's approach to emerging technologies. A staunch advocate of continuous learning, Archie inspires his team to stay ahead of industry trends and adapt to evolving digital landscape. His leadership style emphasizes growth, collaboration, and a commitment to excellence in delivering innovative IT solutions. Archie holds a degree in actuarial mathematics from the University of Santo Tomas, an MBA from Wesleyan University, and a Master of Information Management from Syracuse University, New York, USA. His professional credentials include certifications in IT governance, project management, and IT service management. He has also completed prestigious programs such as Global Bankers Program at the University of Washington, and the Professional Certificate in Digital Transformation from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology in Boston, USA. Uh, Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome Sir Archie Villena.
Hello. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's session on digital design thinking. So just call me Archie. So Archelis is a very unique name. So Archie is more common, and because your students probably most possibly you're younger than me. So, but please don't call me Kuya Archie. So, just first name na lang, Archie. No. So I'm excited to be here with everyone because I think this is the first time that I'm going to do a workshop with students. Kaya I feel energized, no, energized because of the I feel very much younger already. Nakita niyo sa photo kanina, that was 10 years ago yata. So it's different na ngayon. I'm much older. So today we're going to explore how design thinking can help you leverage emerging technologies to improve digital financial inclusion. And I think this will really help you a lot in narrowing down your proof of concepts or your policy proposals. So as you will soon discover, design thinking, this is an interactive activity. So kailangan po ng audience participation dito. So please, if you can turn on your cameras, that's better. Pero mamaya po, ang expectation natin, complete and full participation with everyone, especially po sa mga activities natin. So, meron tayong mga activities later na kailangan nyo pong mag-type sa chat. So, please actively participate. So, okay. So, let's get started. Next slide, please. So, speaking of activities, so meron na po tayong unang activity ngayon. Kung makikita nyo po sa screen, there's a QR code sa menti.com. Ang question po doon na nakalagay is, what is design thinking? So, pakilagay lang po sa ngayon kung ano yung naiisip nyo pagka nakita nyo yung words na design thinking. So, wala pong wrong or right or wrong answers dito. So, feel free kahit na anong ilagay nyo. Kung anong unang-unang maisip nyo sa design thinking, pakilagay po. We'll give you a minute to do this. Can we show it? Okay, good. So we're getting some um, answers already, no? Scientifical process, conceptualizing, very good, no? Innovation. So what else? Ideas, no? Very good. So design thinking is actually getting a lot of the ideas. So you will learn more about that later. Concept layout, or yes, that's a framework, no? Sige, keep them coming. User focused, very good. So we will talk about empathy later. So we just have 8 responses. Come on, you're 40 years, so we can do better. Innovative solutions, very very good. Iterative improvement. Anyone else? Baka nagwa-warm up pa yung iba, no? So later we'll have more activities, but these are very good responses on what what do you think our design thinking is? And a lot of these are actually in one way or another defines design thinking. But let's go back to the presentation, please. So, but let me give you a more formal definition of design thinking. So, ano nga ba yung design thinking? And if there's one thing that I need everybody to learn here in design thinking, and one key takeaway from this workshop na pag tinanong kayo later paglabas nyo, ano ba yung design thinking? So, ito lang yung kailangan yung tandaan. It's a human-centered approach in problem solving. And yun yung pinaka-importante, yung human-centeredness. And what do I mean by that? So later when we go to empathy, I'll emphasize kung ano yung human-centered approach. Pero in design thinking, ito yung pinaka-importante. And actually, yan yung unang-una nyo makikita dun sa design thinking process na nandito, yung from empathize to test. No? So empathy. So generally, we follow 5 steps: empathize, define, ideate, prototype, test. I have seen some modern iterations of this. Meron minsan na 3 lang yung process nila, pero generally ganito rin 'yon, no. So mini-merge lang nila yung ibang activities. So the important to take note here is that design thinking, this is not really a one-off process. So ibig sabihin, hindi yung pag-empathize, tapos pag natapos na yung test, going through the process, tapos na. No? So, yung design thinking, halimbawa, punta ka sa empathize, and then define, and then after define, medyo malabo pa, hindi ko pa ma-define yung problem, you can go to empathize. No? Or define, punta sa ideate, meron pala akong kailangang i-clarify, we can go to define. So, ganun yung process niya. No? So, hindi siya sunod-sunod. So, pwedeng bumalik-balik. So, to give you an idea of what I'm talking about, so meron akong ipapakita sa inyong short video from a company called IDEO. So, itong video na to, luma na, probably most of you hindi pa pinapanganak nung na-upload yung video na to sa YouTube, no? Pero ito pa rin yung, for me, nagpapakita ng summarized process of what design thinking, ano yung design thinking activity typically na ginagawa, no? And this involves yung redesigning of a shopping cart. So, pag pinapanood nyo to, I'd like you to pay attention to what the teams are doing, ano yung roles na ginagawa ng mga tao, paano nila pinaprocess, no? Tapos ano yung parang nasa thought process nila, paano ba nila iniisip kung paano i-redesign yung isang bagay na katulad ng shopping cart na as it is, mukhang napakasimple lang naman. So, let's watch the video.
Product design folk and said, take something old and familiar, like, say, the shopping cart, and completely redesign it for us in just 5 days. ABC News correspondent Jack Smith tells us what happened next.
9 in the morning, day 1, and these people have a deadline to meet.
So, welcome to the kickoff of the shopping cart project.
This is Palo Alto, California, in the heart of Silicon Valley, and these are designers at IDEO, probably the most influential product development firm in the world. Safety emerges early as an important issue.
22,000 child injuries a year, and so they're hospitalized injuries. I mean, there are many others.
And theft. It turns out a lot of carts are stolen. As the team works, it becomes clear there are no titles here, no permanent assignments.
And the other side says, gives us a lot of help, says, be safe. I'll give you a big red ball on a post, and that says you're a big guy. If you got a ball, you're a senior vice president. You know, what do I care? The desk, the red ball, it's all the same. It's not possible.
The team splits into groups to find out firsthand what the people who use, make, and repair shopping carts really think.
Okay, go.
The problem with the plastic cart is the wind catches it. Yeah. And these things have been clocked at 35 across the parking lot.
Oh,
Man,
that's actually a pretty good point.
3:30 in the afternoon, and the group is back at IDEO. There is no let-up.
each team is going to demonstrate and communicate and share everything that they've learned today.
A shopping cart has been clocked at 35 miles an hour traveling through a parking lot in the wind.
We were in the store, what, 2 hours, and it was truly frightening just to see the kind of stuff going on.
You ought to designate some people to make damn sure that the store owner's point of view is represented.
After 9 straight hours, the team is tired. They call it a day.
So,
Everybody cool?
well, that's great. Thanks a lot. We had a great time today.
IDEO's mantra for innovation is written everywhere. One conversation at a time. Stay focused. Encourage wild ideas. Defer judgment. Build on the ideas of others. The ideas pour out and are posted on the walls.
Oh, the blind, the privacy blind. Like when you're buying 6 cases of condoms, no one sees. If it doesn't nest, we don't have a solution.
Organized chaos. It's not organized. What it is it's focused chaos.
Vote with your Post-it, not with an idea that's cool, but with an idea that's cool and buildable. If it's too far out there and it can't be built in a day, then I don't think we should vote on it. Enlightened trial and error succeeds over the planning of lone genius.
Enlightened trial and error succeeds over the planning of the lone genius. If anything sums up IDEO's approach, that is it.
If you don't work under time constraints, you could never get anything done because it's a messy process and go on forever.
Back at the shop, it is 6 o'clock, and the 4 mock-ups are ready for showing.
Baskets also can be, if you think you will have more volume, baskets can be put in.
A modular shopping cart you pile hand baskets onto. A high-tech cart that gets you through the traffic jam at checkout.
That you could mount a scanner on the shopping cart so that you as the customer, as you pull it off the shelf, would scan each item.
One that's built around child safety, and another that lets shoppers talk to the supermarket staff remotely.
Yeah, where can I find the yogurt?
But the adults, again, decide more work needs to be done before the mock-ups can be combined into one last prototype.
There it is! There it is! So we took the best elements out of each prototype.
The cart, which is designed to cost about the same as today's carts, is different in every other way.
What do you think?
Well, I'm very proud of the team. I think it's great.
Does this work for you?
Works for me great. It's also beautiful.
The cart's wheels turn 90 degrees so it can move sideways. No more lifting up the rear in a tight spot. And you shop in a totally different way. The bags are hung on hooks on the cart's frame. Remember, there is no basket here.
At first, I was a little shocked, but I think you have some fantastic ideas here. It needs a little refining, but I think that it's great. I mean, we would want them.
She also gave us some really good comments about how we can make this thing better.
A lot of hours. Also, an open mind, a boss who demands fresh ideas be quirky and clash with his, a belief that chaos can be constructive, and teamwork, a great deal of teamwork. And these are the recipe for how innovation takes place. This is Jack Smith for Nightline in Palo Alto, California.
Okay, so after watching the video, can anyone share what were your observations? So you can raise your hand if you want to verbally answer, or you can also use the chat to respond. So what were your observations dun sa video? So ano ba, magulo, ganun. So luma, no? Hindi. So luma talaga siya. Ano yung naging proseso nila? Okay ba? So maganda ba yung naging outcome? So if you want to respond verbally, you can raise your hand so we can call you, o kaya i-key in nyo lang yung sagot nyo dun sa chat. So there's one person who said that they are collaborative and contribute their thoughts, and it helps the group dynamic in looking for a solution. So that's a very good observation. No? So I've also taken note of one of the things that the facilitator said. And he said, enlightened trial and error succeeds at the idea of a lone genius. So, ibig sabihin nun is trial and error with collaboration, no? And getting ideas from others is way better than somebody who has all of the ideas. So that's a very good answer. So another one is uses empathy for the supermarket side and identify its problem. After identifying the problem, they brainstorm with the team, and after they brainstorm regarding the shopping mart's problem, they create a draft or prototype and test it until it became successful. So sinabi na ni Gio yung buong design thinking process. So very good. Anything else? Pahabol? So you'll have a chance again later to participate. No? So let's move on. And I think and you captured it very well. No? So it's a collaborative process, and siguro napansin nyo rin na ang sinabi dun sa video, walang layers. Ibig sabihin walang titles, no? So walang sinasabi na, ito boss ako, so susundin niyo lahat yung sinabi ko. So walang gano'n. So posible na yung isang boss or isang mas mataas yung position worked with a team to come up with a solution. So yun ang pinaka-importante, working on the same objective. So kaya kailangan magtulong-tulong lahat para maka-come up ng panibagong solution, no, dun sa problem. Okay? So that's essentially yung design thinking. So next slide, please. So yung first stage of the design process, design thinking process, and to me, that's the most important one, yung empathy. Bago tayo uli mag-proceed, can you share in the chat kung ano ba yung intindi nyo sa empathy? So ano ba yun? Ano ba yung kaibahan niya sa sympathy? No? So ano sa pagkakaintindi nyo ang empathy? So you can put your answers on the chat, or kung gusto nyo mag-participate verbally, so just raise your hand. Empathy, ito yung pinaka-importante. So like si Gio kanina sabi niya, uses empathy for the supermarket side. No? So ano ba ibig sabihin nun? Nagpunta sila sa supermarket, tinanong-tanong nila yung users, that empathy. No? Si John said, it is like putting your feet on the other person's shoes. Walk in their shoes. So ibig sabihin, pag we put ourselves in another person's shoes, so ibig sabihin nun, we try to experience or understand kung saan sila nanggagaling, kung ano yung na-experience nila. No? So that's empathy. Understanding their situation. Teka, basahin ko dito. Understanding or relating someone's feelings, very good. Understanding the feelings of other people, Empathy is the ability to understand a person without feeling pity to the misfortune of the person. So I think that's also that's a very good response, because as we try to get empathy from people, it's also good to maintain objectivity. No? So wala yung judgment, kasi yung judgment that might affect the solution that you're thinking of. So very good answers, and thank you for participating. So again, I'll just give you a formal definition of what empathy is, and you have shared some of the elements of the definition actually. No? So empathy, it's the ability to deeply understand and share the feelings, experiences, and needs of others. Pagdating sa design thinking, so it means putting yourself in the shoes of your users or community members. So ibig sabihin, you can listen actively, observe carefully, and connecting with their emotions and their challenges. So this understanding, it goes beyond sympathy. It enables you to see the world from their perspective and to design solutions that genuinely address the problems. And important yung word na genuine. Yung talagang gusto nyong tulungan, gusto nyong isolve yung mga problema nila. No? And in this workshop, empathy is the foundation that guides us to create digital financial tools and policies that truly resonate with and benefit our communities. Communities meaning kung saan kayo located, kung saan area ninyo, kung saan kayo nakatira. No? So in the empathize stage, ito yung pinaka-goal natin, to understand the experiences and needs of the people in our communities. So imagine, bibisita ka sa isang barangay, no, katulad niya, nasa screen, and talking with, let's say, yung mga tao, residents, no, about their financial habits. So you might discover that many elders, mga lolo-lola natin, no, struggle with complex digital banking interface. So isa yun sa posible na madiscover nyo na ay, mga lolo-lola pala natin, nahihirapan pala silang gumamit ng tools, banking o mobile banking tools, halimbawa sa cellphone. No? Or even hesitant, ayaw nilang gamitin kasi yun pala mahirap gamitin. No? So you will only find out about this if you go to the barangays. You emphasize, you understand the needs of the people and the community. Sa akin, in our experience, sometimes, yung kagustuhan natin na ma-solve ang solution, ang ginagawa nung iba is nag-i-research. No? So, halimbawa, nagbabasa, no? Tinitingnan yung mga available data, information about a barangay, ganon. Kaya lang, I will say this to you na kulang yon. So, go beyond doing research, beyond reading something on paper, kasi marami kayong malalaman kapag pumunta na kayo mismo doon sa mga barangays o doon sa mga bahay o talagang nakausap niyo yung mga tao para malaman kung ano talaga yung kailangan nila. So, yun ang pinagkaiba ng empathy. So, hindi ko siya ma-overemphasize kung gaano ka-important yung empathy dito sa design thinking process. So, don't go, alam mo mga estudyante kayo, nandun kayo sa classroom, ganon. Go beyond the classroom, go out. Pumunta kayo sa mga barangay nyo sa kabahayan and doon nyo makikita talaga kung ano yung kailangan ng mga tao. Okay? So, yung next, so that's the empathize stage. Yung next stage natin, yung define stage. So, dito naman, we take the insights from your field research. So, nagpunta na kayo sa mga barangay, na-interview na yung mga tao, alam nyo na yung mga kailangan nila. Ngayon, kailangan nating ma-articulate na clear ang focused yung problem statement. And paano natin gagawin yon? So, for example, so, nung nakausap nyo na sila, napansin nyo na maraming mga users na intimidated yung complexity ng current digital payment systems. No? So yung mga app na ginagamit natin, pambayad, no, pangkuha ng pera, pagtanggap ng pera, ang hirap palang gamitin. No? So halimbawa, yun yung nakuha nyo from the interviews. So yung problem statement ninyo, ang posible is, Englishin ko na lang, no? So how might we simplify digital transactions to improve the financial health in rural communities? So notice na ang ginawa ko doon sa problem statement, nagsimula ako doon sa how might we? How might we? So paano kaya natin in Tagalog, no? Paano kaya natin? So bakit ganoon? Kasi pagdating sa pagka-craft ng problem statement, importante as specific as possible at kayang-kaya nating sagutin, no? As opposed to just laying out a generic statement, no? Kasi kung sisimulan natin ng how might we or paano kaya, mag-iisip ka na, oo nga, paano nga kaya natin gagawin? Clear kaagad na meron tayong kailangan gawin. Meron tayong kailangan solusyon na pag-isipan para masagot yung problem statement na dinefine natin. So ngayon, activity uli tayo. Grab something, a notepad, or dyan sa mga, kung meron kayong writing dyan, no, paraphernalia, may mobile phones kayo, write down a question that defines a challenge na manotice nyo in your community or some of the learnings na nakuha nyo so far dito sa Youth Financial Summit, no, Inclusion Summit, no. So isulat nyo ano ba yung problem statement and try to start it with how might we. Once you're ready, share it sa chat and then we can discuss kung ano yung makikita nating mga na-come up ninyong problem statement. No? So I'll give you 2 minutes to craft your problem statements and please put your answers in the chat. You have one more minute. Ang bilis, no? Pero pagdating sa hackathon proper ninyo, so ganito yung actually gagawin nyo. So you have to think of a problem, you have to empathize and then define. So kailangan talaga gawin nyo na tong exercise na to ngayon para later during the hackathon, sanay na kayong gawin tong design thinking. Meron na ba? Wala pa? May chocolate daw galing kay Margo. 10 seconds. Last stretch. Ika-copy paste na lang daw nila pag ready na. Okay, the time is up. Can we get your proposed problem statement? Huwag kayong matakot, no? Walang tama, mali dito. Walang right or wrong answer. So, para makita natin kung ano yung mga ideas ninyo. Wow, free Starbucks GC for the first 3 problems ba yan, Barry? Care of Digilab. O ayan, may Starbucks GC na. Ayan, so si Gio, so individuals aged 30 to 40 need an easier way to access and manage financial loans because complex process and high costs make financial stability difficult. So siguro, by suggestion lang here, Gio, and this is a very good response, no? So pwede nating i-convert yan ng what might we, no? So given na siguro ito yung resulta nung ano, no, nung sa empathize phase, no? So sa empathize siguro sila Gio, nalaman nila na mga 30 to 40 years old, kailangan ng mas madaling access to manage financial loans, no? So kung ito yung findings natin from the empathize phase, how do we define it more as a problem and a better way, well, not a better way, no? A way that we can clearly define yung problem statement, yung if we can start that with what might we, no? Okay, so very good. May isa ng Starbucks GC, may dalawa pa. 3 problems posted. Worth ano ba yan, Barry? 100 pesos. Ayan, so somebody posted, no, anonymously, paano kami makakakita at makakaipon kung di kami sanay sa technology? Gen X and Boomers tend to lack financial and tech literacy po pagdating sa pag-manage ng savings nila. Okay, so very good. Started with paano kami, no? Paano kaya natin, no? So, yun, mas ano, no, mas medyo nagkaroon ng, mas naging specific yung problem statement, no? Nung sinabi natin na paano kami makakita at makaipon. So, yun, meron ka nang gusto mong i-try na isagot. O sagutin, no? May problem na tayo na gusto nating i-solve. So, yan. Do we have one more? Pahabol. 200 pesos, 1 drink, and partially subsidized food. Okay. All right. Si Andrew said, the complexity of availing financial services in rural communities intimidates and hinders them from availing services such as loans, insurance, and prevents them for being financially inclusive. Okay. So, may suggestion lang, Andrew, just to rephrase this, no, pwede mong sabihin na what might we, or in Tagalog, paano kaya natin, no? So, in the hackathon proper, mas madali kasing masagot kung ganun yung pagkaka-define ng problema. Okay, very good, and thank you, Barry, for sponsoring the Starbucks GC. Marami pa bang budget ang Digilab? Meron pang mga upcoming activities. Okay. So that's how we define the problem, no, as clear as possible so that kayang sagutin, no. The next one is, and the next slide please. So the next stage is the ideate stage, no. So yung sa ideate stage naman, it's about giving out ideas, no. So yung ibang workshops ang ginagawa nila dito, ang tawag doon crazy eights. So, parang crazy eights na 8 crazy ideas that you can give, no? Wild ideas. So ibig sabihin nun, kahit anything under the sun, walang idea na hindi acceptable. Kahit ano yan, kahit parang weird naman, ganito yung binigay niyang idea. Ano ba yan? Di ba? So, yun, lahat yun, kukunin natin, no? And bakit? Kasi sometimes, dun sa mga ideas na yon and weird ideas, doon nagsisimula yung isang solution, no? So the more idea that we get, the better, no? I think in the interest of time, I'll skip the activity. Pero supposedly, ang gagawin natin dito is to think about wild ideas, at least 3 of them. Kayo, pwede nyo gawin yan sa, nandyan kayo sa desk ninyo or wherever you are. Dun sa mga nilagay na problem statements, think about ideas, crazy 8s. At least 8 ideas na sa tingin nyo makaka-address nung needs ng community or makakasagot dun sa problem statement. Kahit ano, and then later we will process that, no? So in the hackathon, so ang ginagawa dito, brainstorming with the team. So how do you deliver innovative solutions, no? Ngayon, meron na tayong Gen AI, ChatGPT, no? So you can actually use ChatGPTs in generating ideas, but always validate, no? Kasi sa atin, the human mind, that's still the best, doon pa rin nagmumula yung best judgment, no? So think about crazy ideas and unleash your creativity in the ideate stage. In the next stage, this is prototype. So prototyping. And dito excited yung mga engineers, no? So yung mga mahilig mag-drawing, mahilig sa arts and crafts. So this is your time to shine, no? So prototyping, it's turning your ideas into tangible solutions, no? So ano pa lang to, initial idea pa lang. It doesn't have to be perfect. Kaya yung nandito sa screen, it's an example of, let's say, a mobile app na ang ginawa lang nila is mga papel-papel lang, no? Pwedeng ganyan, pwedeng drawing. So, yung ibang workshops ang ginagawa, merong naglalagay lang ng mga materials in an area, tapos kuha lang yung mga participants, no? So, kahit ano yan, basta mapakita mo ang isang prototype na how does your idea look like kung gagamitin siya, no? And walang perfect dito. So, prototype pa lang to. And in the word itself, prototyping. So, parang ano pa lang yan. Nagsa-start ka pa lang mag-develop ng mga solution. And a lot of companies, ganito yung ginagawa nila initially, no? Nagda-draft pa lang sila ng parang model, ganon. Tapos pagka mukhang okay yun, ipe-present nila, merong potential. So, yun yung sinasubmit nila for management approval. So, supposedly, we're also going to do an activity, medyo bitin lang tayo sa oras. Pero usually, ang ginagawa dito is, sa hackathon itself is, they build a prototype na it's either on paper or yung iba gumagamit ng digital tools. And I will show you an example of a digital tool. Hindi to product endorsement. And there's a lot of tools out there that you can use. But this is only an example of a tool that you can use if you want to prototype digitally.
Just watch how I do it. How I do it. Just watch how I do it. How I do it. Just watch how I do it. Yeah. How I do it. How I do it. Just watch how I do it. How I do it. Come on. Hey. I'm classic, fantastic, abracadabra, I'm magic. And I'm sending out these good vibes and electric waves. Take a ride with me and we're walking on these golden rays. Ain't anything like you ever seen before, I'm everything and more. I got to show you what I'm all about. I got something, I got to show you how. I got to show you what I'm all about. I got something for you. Just watch how I do it. Let me show you what I do. Let me show you what I do, what I do. Just watch how I do it. Yeah, this is how I do it, how I do it. Just watch me. Watch me how I do it. Just watch how I do it.
Okay, so that's again not a product endorsement, no. So that's a sample tool that you can use. Pero sa Google naman, just feel free to search, no, free prototyping tools. So marami kayong makikita diyan. For me, parang well siguro old soul ako. So parang mas meron akong fulfillment if I do my prototypes na parang ganyan nasa screen, no. So nagka-cut ka ng cardboard, parang yung process mas ano, what do I call it? Parang mas closer to your heart, no, than doing it digitally. Pero feel free to use whatever tools that you will want to use, no. Okay, so after prototyping, so it's just a simple model, hindi pa to perfect. So do not try to make a lot of extend a lot of effort to prototype, no? Kasi there's another process that you need to do and baka masayang yung oras nyo pagpo-prototype, pero pagdating dun sa testing, hindi naman pala yun yung hinahanap. You have to do it all over again, no? So kaya dun sa prototyping, initial design lang muna and then later you will go to test, no? So pagdating dun sa test stage, so this is about gathering feedback, no? So I know meron kayong teams within the hackathon, tig-iisa kayong team. Pero when you test, go beyond your team. So baka pag-test ng team nyo, okay na yan. So sige, pwede na yan, no? Remember, nung nag-empathize phase tayo, ang kinuha natin are the needs of our community, no? Yung mga users. Now, you have to go back again to the community. Oh, para magpa-barangay session uli kayo doon, hingi kayo kay Barry ng GC, no? So magpa-session kayo doon, no, na okay, so ito po yung ginawa naming solution sa inyo. Alam namin na mahirap pong gamitin ito. What do you think about it? Let's say kung yung mga elderly, lolo, lola, tingnan nyo, ito yung dinesign po namin na prototype for you. Sa tingin nyo po ba, mas madali itong gamitin? Diba? Tapos, after nun, get feedback, no? Hindi, kasi parang ito hindi ko makita. Halimbawa, masyadong maliit. Mga ganun, no? Kasi malabo yung mga mata ng lolo, lola, no? So, babalik ka ngayon. I-improve mo ngayon yung prototype mo. Lalakihan ko pala yung font ko dito. Kailangan pala, meron ako isa pang feature dito na mas pwedeng gamitin nung lola-lola natin, lolo-lola natin, no? Pero ito pala mas easier to navigate. So, pagdating sa testing phase, you really have to go back to your communities and ask for feedback. Kasi pagka nandun uli tayo dun sa mga classrooms, napuputol yung stage natin ng design thinking. Kasi baka hindi natin mabalikan yung initially naging needs ng mga users natin, yung community natin, hindi natin prototype ng maayos yung solution. Ang ganda pa naman sana ng prototype, no? So, make sure that you go back to the communities. Now, kung sa prototyping, mag-quick activity tayo, ano yung itatanong nyo? So, halimbawa, nag-prototype na kayo, ano yung pwede nyong itanong, bumalik kayo dun sa communities, halimbawa, lolo, lola, ano yung pwede nyong itanong sa kanila para makakuha kayo ng feedback, no? So, let's give everyone a minute to key in their responses sa chat. Anyone? Pag walang Starbucks, walang sasagot. Ayun. Is it easy to use? So, sa feedback. No? So, is it easy to use? So, very simple question, but very simple but very impactful. Why? Kasi simula't simula pa lang, ano ba yung kaninang sineshare ninyo sa mga problems? 'Di ba? Complexity, mahirap gamitin, no? Paano i-navigate? So dun pa lang, is it easy to use? Makakuha na kaagad tayo ng feedback, no? Dun sa sumagot sa inyo when you were doing yung sa empathize, yung sa mga sumagot, i-mark nyo yung pala, no, kung sino yung sumasagot dun sa empathize stage. Go back to them, those who answered na, oh, ang hirap, it's very complex to use. Now with your prototype, and then when you give that to them, tanungin nyo na, is it easy to use, no? Pag sinabi nilang yes, okay na, successful. Tapos na ba? Hindi pa. So pag-uusapan natin how to synergize later. Pero that's a very good question, no? So meron din nag-respond, mahirap po ba ma-navigate or madali bang maintindihan yung paggamit ng app? Sa tingin niyo po, ano pwede madagdag? And this is a very good question also. Question, sorry. Question, especially nung tinanong ninyo na sa tingin niyo po, ano pwede madagdag? Kasi nung nag-ano kayo, ideate within the groups, no? Wala naman na si doon eh, si user doon eh, di ba? Or community member, wala na sila doon. Kayo na yung nag-ideate, kayo na yung nag-define, kayo na nag-prototype, no? Kaya lang, kayo-kayo lang na mag-uusap doon. So, ang hirap naman na laging bumabalik doon sa user, di ba? Kaya nung pagkakaintindi nyo doon sa requirement, nakapagbuo kayo ng prototype, so parang yun lang yung intindi ninyo. That's your only understanding of the requirement. But when you went back, yun pala, ay, meron palang kulang na hindi nyo na-consider within your teams. And that's also a good concept of giving or getting ideas. Now remember, yung pag-get natin ng idea, so hindi lang within your teams, you can also get ideas from the people that you were asking the questions from. You're getting the requirements. So that's a very good response. Ano ang pwede madagdag? Pa-Starbucks GC na lang natin sila, kunin na lang sa budget din namin. Barry. Okay. So that's testing, no? So go back again, get real feedback, go back to the communities and try to improve your solution, no? So the next one, and this is apart from the design thinking process na, and this is also my suggestion, no? Target your impact. So after testing, it's time to synthesizing your insights, no? Na what do I mean by that? So kanina nung tinanong, is it easy to use? Yun lang ba, no? Ano pa yung ibang madadagdag? Yun lang ba, no? So after that, pagkabuo na yung prototype ninyo, pagka-test nyo, tingnan nyo na. So ano ba yung magiging impact nito sa community? Sino ba yung tina-target nga natin dito? Sila lolo, lola, no? So tingnan natin if that really captures everything. And pagka dineliver yung solution na yon, talaga bang maa-address yung mga problems nila lolo, lola, no? So complex app interfaces, so pwedeng may target improvements din kayo. So halimbawa, digital banking, mobile money. So halimbawa, ang example lang, no? So halimbawa, nahihirapan silang gumamit ng GCash. Example lang, no? So halimbawa, yun yung sinabi nilang digital solution na kailangan nilang tulong. Ngayon, para mag-specific kayo with your insights, titingnan nyo ngayon which functionality in GCash ang kailangang i-improve. So, hindi naman the entire GCash itself. So, it's about setting priority areas. Okay, so the next slide, I'll just give you a few resources where you can find support. I'll just paste this in the chat, no? And then pati yung mga websites nandito na rin. Hold on. Copy. So ito yung hold on. Paste. Ayaw niya mag-paste. Ayaw mag-paste nung ano. So what we can do, I'll just give this to the secretariat, no. It's a description and the website where you can find some support na some resources, no. Of course, BSP is there. IDEO, yung kanina, buhay pa sila. So kahit na luma, andito pa rin sila, no. IDEO has been a very innovative company, no. So it's a good way of visiting their website, no. So Stanford, there's some schools, Ateneo, LaSalle Innovation Hub. So please visit their websites. The last one is just going back to the key concepts and the challenges, no. So let's pause to reflect on the key concepts of design thinking. If you can go to the next slide, please. So remember that this process, it's all about putting people at the center of innovation. Again, human-centered approach, no. Iterating through ideas quickly and continuously improving based on feedback. So, however, there are a few challenges that you will encounter. So, hindi naman smooth sailing to na, okay, so if I follow the steps, okay na ako. No, that's it. No, you will face a few challenges. So, yung iba, you might face ambiguity in problem definition. So, one way to do that is to go back to your users, yung mga interview nyo, and clarify. No, kung hindi malinaw, resource constraints. So, kung may resource constraints, hingi kayo ng budget kay Barry. Joke lang. Or the YFI. May mga free, like yung kanina pinakita ko, no? So, may mga free tools that you can get, no? And also the resources. Ang pinaka-importante lang, yung the way you think. If yun yung kailangan nating baguhin, that's free, no? Yung brain power ninyo to think about how to solve human-centered problems. So remember, design thinking, this is an iterative process. So, and also, any feedback is good feedback. And any idea, no matter wild they are good ideas. So I have to close up because it's already 11 o'clock. If you can go to the next slide. So let's conclude the session. I hope everyone learned something in this very short workshop. If you have any questions, just go to the secretariat. The secretariat will give all of their questions to me, and I'll try to answer all of those. And if you have any questions right now, you can ask the questions or post it in the chat. Maraming salamat and good luck with your hackathon.
Thank you, Sir Archie. Napaka-engaging and ang ganda nung presentation/workshop na kinonduct ni Sir Archie kanina. Pati ako, ang dami kong natutunan. So, yung kung nagsimula tayo na medyo nebulous pa sa utak natin kung ano yung mga kailangang gawin, ngayon medyo malinaw na, tas ang daming exercises na pinagawa kanina si Sir Archie na at least parang yung thought process natin medyo mas may parang nagkakalaman na siya. And pwede na natin simulan actually after nitong session natin this morning. Sir, may tanong lang ako sa inyo. Mukhang wala pa naman tanong yung mga students. Sorry, na-spot kita. Regarding dun sa hackathon nyo na yung nanalo kayo nung sa BSP hackathon, paano nyo in-apply yung empathy dun sa particular project nyo or yung proposal?
So So, ang ginawa namin nun, meron kami mga in-interview, no? Ang naging resulta nun, isang mobile app siya. Tapos, yung that time, parang magsisimula pa lang yata yung pandemic eh. So, ang iniisip namin, nagsisimula na yung mga work from home. So, iniisip namin is, paano natin made-deliver yung mga, paano kaya natin made-deliver yung mga services ng employees remotely. So, yung mga hindi sila physically pupunta, no, dun sa area. Let's say, pagkain. So, paano kami kakain, no? So, paano kami mag-o-order? Kung dito sa canteen ng BSP, limited yung pagpunta dun sa canteen area. So, ang sinama namin dun sa ano, sa mobile app, ordering service. So, hindi pa sikat yung ordering dati nun eh, yung mga Grab food. So, wala pa masyado nun. So, nag-interview kami, papaano nyo ba, anong pinakamadaling, what's the easiest way to get the service? Through the mobile phone, mobile app, ipindutin lang namin, gano'n, no? So, again, getting back to our co-employees actually. And then again, pagka-develop namin, balik uli, gano'n. So, I think that's the most important, and I would say the most important, stage of the design thinking process.
Thank you, sir. Ang galing. Kasi pag una mong talagang ma-encounter yung word na technology, parang hindi intuitive na may empathy eh. Kasi 'di ba parang inalis mo nga yung human component usually doon. Pero kaya naman umusbong din yung technology to help din people. So maganda ring balikan yon. Yung isa ko ring parang insight na nakuha natin sa workshop ni Sir, yung regarding naman dun sa ano, yung sa challenge question. Kasi yung tinuruan tayo kanina kung paano i-narrow down yung problem statement. Actually, meron talagang challenge question for this YFI hackathon. Pero in general siya. So, how will the youth sector leverage emerging technologies to best advocate for digital financial inclusion and financial health in their respective communities? So, through yung presentation kanina, na ano natin, na identify natin yung mga next steps natin to narrow down this general challenge. So, yun nga, parang first, go to your communities. So, sa communities nyo, nandun yung target stakeholders nyo. So, ang binigay ni Sir Archie kanina na example is yung mga senior citizens. Pwede rin yung, kunwari, mga farmers, yung nasa picture kanina doon sa presentation, kung paano sila kunwari matulungan pa. Then yung mga fisher folk or yung kunwari sa students naman sa mismong universities nyo, sa bahay nyo, yun, like yung paano matulungan pa yung mga elderly or yung mga senior citizens na gumamit ng technology. So at least mas nahimay po natin yon kanina through yung presentation ni Sir Archie. Then yung isa rin ng yung isa ring insight is yung yun nga yung pag-interview sa communities nyo. Yung isang nanalo actually finalist nung 2021 na Youth Summit na kinonduct ng BSP. Yung inuulit-ulit namin to kasi medyo proud kami sa mga students na nakapag-isip ng ganito. Yung sa Paleng QR program na ngayon ini-implement na ng BSP with DILG. So, ang question nila doon, yung problem statement siguro is paano matulungan yung mga vendors at saka yung mga consumers, paano sila mas maging parang meron pa silang ibang way ng pagbayad sa mga palengke aside from cash. Yung nung 2021 kasi deep into the pandemic yon, so malamang inisip ng mga students kung paano ma-lessen yung pag-spread ng disease. So, through paggamit ng technology, malilesen yon or ma-eliminate pa. Then last, yung sa binanggit nyo, sir, yung Crazy 8. Naisip ko Crazy 88. Saan ko nakuha 88? So, yung Crazy 8, so, yun na, through yung mga ganong klaseng mga framework, no, maiisip natin na talagang important yung mga ganitong initiatives such as this hackathon. Yung mga youth kasi, iba talaga mag-isip. Kapag kasi umabot ka na sa point na beyond youth na, parang medyo stickler ka na sa mga rules or yung nakagawian mo, laging yung usual naman na ano na yung iniisip ng mga nagtatrabaho na parang pwede ba yan, hindi ba pwede yan. Iba talaga pag bata, yung tulad nyo, yung makapag-isip, parang out of the box. So, let's use this opportunity para i-exhibit yung ganon. So, may questions ba, YFI Secretariat sa chat box for Sir Archie? Wala. O, sige. So, baka nag-iisip-isip pa sila kung anong pwede pa nilang itanong. Pwede nila i-course through sa YFI Secretariat. Then we will relay sa grupo ni Sir Archie. Before we go on to yung favorite part natin, yung break, mag-photo session muna tayo. May we request everyone, including our next speaker, to open please our cameras for the photo session. Thank you. Open please ng cameras. Ang cute nyo kaya. Sige na, open na tayo. O, di ba lunas na lunas, ang fresh. Sige, we'll give you, mga 10 seconds to open your cameras. Thank you. Ready na please. In 5 seconds, kukunan na kayo ng picture. Thank you. Okay, thank you very much. Excited na ba kayo? Na maging tulad nung IDEO ba yun, sir? Yung oo, pero applicable pa rin hanggang ngayon yung ganong klaseng scenario sa mga group meetings. Ayan, sige. Thank you. So, now we'll pause for a break muna. So, we'll see you after 15 minutes. Please be guided by the timer on screen. Thank you. Hello, student thinkers and innovators. Welcome back to today's special session on the YFI initiative. Before we go to the next speaker, may please remind lang po that only the team leaders of the YFI hackathon teams were given accounts to the innovation portal. So please be guided accordingly. Pwede kayong makipag-usap sa team leader nyo kung okay na ba yung account, or if there are problems, please relay them to us, and we will also coordinate with the those who are behind the innovation portal. So for our next speaker, Ms. Nitu Kachawa is a solution architect at PlanView Incorporated, where she has been driving impactful solutions for the past 3 years. With over a decade of experience in the innovation management space, Nitu has developed deep expertise in helping organizations optimize their strategies and achieve sustainable growth. She holds a bachelor's degree in electronics and communication engineering and an MBA in marketing, both from India. Nitu further expanded her expertise by completing a second master's degree in information systems from New York, USA, graduating in 2022. Her diverse educational background and passion for technology and innovation make her a key player in delivering cutting-edge solutions for businesses worldwide. Um, Here to talk about and walk you through the BSP Innovation Portal, please welcome Nitu Kachawa.
Good morning, everyone. I'll confirm if y'all are able to listen to me. If I can get
Yes, we can
any
hear you,
response.
Nitu, loud and clear.
Perfect. Great. I'll start sharing my screen. I'd like if someone can confirm that my screen is visible. Please let me know if you can see my screen.
We can now see your screen, Nitu.
Great. Thank you for confirmation. I'll start my presentation now. Feel free to raise your hands or type in your questions in chat while I'm speaking. Okay. So you will be using IdeaPlace platform powered by PlanView to submit all your proposals. And it's a very simple, easy to use platform. Once you log in, you will be shared the URLs and to access the platform. And once you log in, you will see this screen that you see on the shared screen right now. You'll have a navigation bar over here. A home screen will give you a very quick introduction to what this campaign is about, the Youth Financial Inclusion Hackathon. And you can visit the Submit Idea page or tab to submit your proposals. You can visit the View Ideas page or tab to view your own proposals. And then in addition to that, there is some additional information that that tells you more about this hackathon, what happens at what stage. And in case you have any questions or background, here are a few more, a little more information about the hackathon. If you have any questions, here are the contact details. You can reach out using email, Viber channel, or the website itself. I will go back to this homepage again, and I always encourage all the participants to just give a quick view or read through this description or the campaign question. We all already know what this hackathon is about, and if you're ready with your submissions, you can come to this page or tab called Submit Idea. In here, you will see a form. To submit your proposal, you need to fill or complete this form and click Publish button. I will submit a test idea or a proposal just to show how to submit your proposal and how to access your own proposals and a few more options. While I shared this, I would also encourage you all to read through the questions. And if you have anything you need to ask about any of these questions that we are about to look into, please feel free to, again, reach out to the hackathon team. So to submit your proposal, give a title to your proposal. It's more like you're giving a name to your proposal. That I would, if I'm submitting a proposal, I would give a very catchy name or a name that would describe my proposal in like few words. And it's more like a subject line to your email that you're about to send. So come up with a proposal title and fill that over here. You can choose an image from the available stock gallery. This is again acting like a face for your idea. Or you can upload your own custom image. So you have an option to choose from the existing gallery of images, or you can choose your own image. You can just select this, upload, and then you can upload an image from your machines. And then what is your team name? It could be a combination, it could be the team member names, or you might have come up. So what would that be? It would be good to have that information in this section over here. I will start posting a test idea. Again, I will name it a test idea. We would again remove that later just to show how to submit your idea. Okay, so I will submit. This is a test idea for demo. Okay, I'll also mention today's date, Feb 16, just to know when did I submit this. You need not submit a date or anything. This is just so I know that this is what we are doing. During this demo on Feb 16, I submitted this test idea or a proposal. I'll select any of the stock images. My proposal acts like a name to my title acts as a name to my proposal. The image acts like a face to my proposal. So these basically are helping the viewers, the idea viewers or the proposal viewers with identifying your specific proposal. Again, doesn't have much of an impact on the final selection, but it's good to keep your own title and image proposals. Team name. It's again a text field. You can just enter a team name. It could be a combination of the first names of your team members or whatever you might be, you have decided as the team name for this proposal that you're submitting. Proposal description. Now, this is a place where you can describe your idea in detail. You could use options like bolding, italicizing, using numbered lists or bullet lists to format your text in a better way. You can also use the different alignment options. You can also use a hyperlink. So if you want to share certain link to describe your idea, you could use this one. Image option is also available if you want to include any images to describe your proposal. Now, while filling this specific field, it's a rich text editor field, meaning it's more like the Word document. You have more options to format your text versus a text field like this. It's more like a notepad where all you can do is enter text, simple text, no images, no fancy formatting, etc. So while you're filling up this space, you have an option to expand it so you can view it properly. And what description, an abstract, you can question again if you want to submit any value, what value your idea brings if it were to be implemented. You can use this section to again describe it. I can again expand this section to submit my response. Now, these are a few more additional questions. These are radio boxes. what is the focus area, primary focus area for your proposal? You could choose one among the 4 options. And if you think your proposal also serves a secondary focus area, an optional secondary radio button option is available over here. No point selecting the same option in both the questions. If you think your idea primarily focuses on inclusive digital finance, but also secondarily focuses on the financial education. So you have a choice to select which one is your primary focus area and the secondary focus area over here. No more than 2 are allowed. So you need to submit one primary, but secondary is optional. Similarly, you have the target community. What is your primary target community for your proposal? You can select that. And if you think that your proposal also serves a secondary target community, which is optional again, you could select that. Again, no point in selecting the same option in both the questions. If you don't think that your proposal doesn't serve a secondary community, it's completely fine to ignore this question. And if you think this doesn't include the community that you're serving, so you could use this section over here to mention what community is that is your proposal serving. In case you think that these questions are not enough, and if you want to submit an attachment to describe your idea even further, maybe presentation or something, you could use this attachment section. And once you complete all the questions in this form, I haven't completed everything. So I'm still confirming all my details, so I might take some time. However, the details that I know, I might select a few of the options and keep things ready to submit. So what I did over here, I only selected a few responses. I'm yet to finish a few more. So I might save my proposal as a draft. Once I do that, I'm able to see my proposal over here as a draft. The organizers or admins are still they haven't received your proposal because it's still in draft. To access all your draft ideas, you can either save this URL or you can access your draft proposals from this section over here, your profile. You view your profile, you come to activity section, and then there is this ideas. Now, once I select that, over here, it says that it's a draft idea. I will select this. I will again select this. This will again take me to the same page that it took me after I saved a draft idea. I will be able to edit my own proposal that I haven't submitted yet. I can complete my responses. Now, this is an optional question, so I will just leave it. And I ensure that all the mandatory questions are checked in. Let me, not select. Let me not answer one of the mandatory questions. So if, let's say, I remove my response from here and then click publish, it will give me an error telling that I haven't completed a field. So I will check and it will be highlighted in red over here. I can again refill this. And come back, and this time I will publish. Now, once I publish my proposal, I will be able to accept my proposal from these view ideas option. Only you will be able to see your own proposal. Other participants will not see your proposals. And of course, the organizers, the administrators of this hackathon will be able to view your proposals. However, you have until the 3rd of March to make edits to your proposal. So until this date, you can make as many edits you want. No more proposals will be accepted after 3rd March. March 3 is the deadline for all your submissions and proposals. I will pause here for any questions you may have. The silence probably indicates that I was either completely clear, it's all easy to do, or really understand anything I spoke about. Great. So I will assume the first one, that is, you understood everything that you need to do. Few more best practices or options. Submit only one proposal for your team. Only one member will be submitting the proposal. That way, there are no duplicate entries. And if you submit more than one proposal, we should know which one do we consider. Again, avoid submitting multiple proposals. For your team to submit one proposal. And as I mentioned, you can always come in, save it as a draft, or edit your proposal. If you have any questions.
Nito,
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Once they submit their proposal and they change their minds in any of the documents they submitted, can they change it?
Yes, good question. So to make edits to their proposal, they will come to their proposal that they submitted, and they can use this edit button over here to edit their proposal. Let me actually do that. I'm not happy with the image that I selected. So I edit my proposal, change the image, or I can rename my title. I can update any information. I can also edit my attachments or anything. So this whole proposal is still editable until 3rd of March. So the deadline applies to editing and submitting the proposals. Good question.
Thank you.
And I will click on update. This updates my idea or proposal. Any further questions on how to submit your proposals, how to access your proposals, or any questions in general? Okay, feel free to reach out to the team in case later while submitting or while you start using the platform, if you have any questions. Maybe you will receive the URL, and you will also receive who to contact in case of questions. I'll now hand it over back to the team, and I'll stop my share.
Thank you so much, Nitu, for that clear walkthrough of the PSP Innovation Portal. If you have any questions, if the YFI participants have any questions or concerns regarding access to the portal, please reach out to the Secretariat as soon as possible so we can address your concerns. Then, just a reminder for the required submissions for each of the teams. You will be required to submit the 300-word proposal description abstract, which you may enter in the portal as exhibited earlier by Nitu. Then the proposal value, the focus areas, where you will choose your focus areas, your target communities, or the as indicated in the portal, the target communities, the stakeholders. Then of course, please include the attachments. You are required to upload the attachments or the full copy of the proposal and the proof of concept and other supporting documents you may have. So if there are no other questions from the body, from the student participants, maybe we can now close or we can now conclude the session, the special session for today. We wish to thank our speakers for this morning, Director Archie and Nitu. Thank you again for sharing your expertise with us. I'm sure our students are now full of ideas and they are now excited to access the portal so they can upload or brainstorm, then upload their the fruits of their brainstorming. Again, a few reminders. Please accomplish the post-evaluation, post-survey, post-session evaluation form that we will send via the chat box. Then we will be uploading the materials, the presentations, as usual in the Financial Inclusion Steering Committee website. Then for those who weren't able to attend this morning's session, please accomplish, you're not here now, so maybe ask the teams to please relay to your teammates who were not able to attend this morning session to accomplish the short quiz after you go through the materials. Then, of course, we encourage you to please go through the primer again. So you can, again, refresh yourselves on what is needed from your end. So in preparation for the March 3 deadline. By March 3, we will be expecting the submissions from you via the innovation portal. Then again, please join the Viber channel if you still haven't joined. Okay, so that ends my reminders. We're looking forward to seeing you in our third and last capacity building session for the YFI initiative. This will be on Thursday. So we will be joined by the YFI ambassadors, student ambassadors, in addition to the YFI hackathon participants who are present today. So on Thursday, we will be looking forward to the presentations of our Financial Inclusion Steering Committee agency members. So there will be subject matter experts from the Department of Budget and Management, the Department of Information and Department of Information Technology and Communications, or DICT, and CDA, the Cooperative Development Authority, who will be talking about cooperative laboratories for students. So we're excited to learn all about their financial inclusion initiatives, which you can also brainstorm about in your own group meetings. So thank you very much, everyone, and we hope to see you again on Thursday. Happy brainstorming. Bye. Happy Monday.
Thank you all.
Thank you.